is Sabrina Alfaro. I am known to my students as Miss Alfaro. I currently teach at 3 elementary schools in San Antonio, Texas through San Antonio Independent School District. With this YouTube channel, my hope is that I can provide some resources and guidance to parents, guardians, grandparents, and my students through this time of need with online learning. I hope that the videos that I share with my students can help build creativity as well as be a way for me to check in with them because I can't currently see them right now. Since I do work at 3 schools, I teach over 800 students. So imagine missing out on seeing 800 smiling faces during this extended period of time. So my goal is, again, to share resources such as art videos about different art movements, artists, art history, elements of art, principles of design, as well as different stories that I read to my students or show videos of, and I do a mini lesson with art based on those stories. It's not unusual in my classroom for students to learn about history, science, math, language arts, social studies, so we don't just stick with art. We use different subjects called transdisciplinary learning to create a more whole lesson with art. Okay, so the reason I feel that it's really important to keep art in your life at this moment in time and just in general is for your mental health. We hear that word a lot, mental health. What does that mean? That goes along with your keeping your mind balanced, keeping it in good health. We've been hearing a lot about keeping your physical health in check, but you also have to keep your mind in check as well. It's very important to set up routines, going to bed on time, waking up in the morning, eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, also going outside, enjoying nature, going on a walk or gardening, or just exercising if you don't have the ability to go outside, exercise indoors. But setting up those routines is really important, and it's also important to keep your mind busy. You don't want to be on the phone too much. You want to be going outside or indoors or just taking a couple moments in your time, in your day, to just create something new. That's why art is really important, and that's where it comes in. Art is important in fostering creativity. Having the ability to make something new out of limited amount of materials is something that has been going on for ages. Our ancestors did that. So it's important that we practice this as well, being creative in different ways, not just with drawing, not just with painting. Art comes in all different sizes, forms. There's so many different ways of creating art. So it's totally not just limited to the basic drawing and painting. It's also important to collaborate with your parents, your guardians, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, whoever's around you. Maybe you could do a drawing challenge where you draw something, they draw the next part of it, or just keep adding, or leaving a piece of art, at the park or somewhere outside, so that way somebody can find it and they can cherish it and put it in their home. So that's why it's really important to collaborate. It's also important to build confidence. At this moment in time, we're hearing a lot of negative things from family members, from the news, from our friends, from social media. So it's really important to build up the confidence in yourself by creating something new with very little things. As you know, in my classroom, I make it very important that art is a safe space. So with that being said, it's also important to feel like whatever art you're making right now, don't judge yourself on it. Just make something. Don't stop until you've tried it. I tell my students all the time, or I tell them, ask 3 before me, which means ask yourself, ask people around you, or ask others what to do rather than just going straight to the teacher. That goes for you too. Like that's an example of building self-confidence in yourself. Like just try before you give up. Okay. Another reason art is important is to stay culturally aware, learn about different cultures, different parts of the world. What's really cool is that a lot of websites offer virtual art museums or virtual galleries that you can visit. And I'll be sharing a lot of those through my Google Drive as well as on this YouTube channel, so that way you can use that resource. Also, it's important to expand your critical thinking skills like reasoning, observation, and problem-solving skills through art. So you don't want to just have your mind become brain dead and just be bored watching YouTube channels and not doing stuff yourself. You're watching, sometimes kids are just watching other kids create, but then they're just sitting there like, When I was a kid, it wasn't unusual for me to just cut out stuff out of magazines, or I would trace. That's how I learned how to draw. I would trace stuff I saw inside of magazines or in books. So take advantage of your time right now. The goal, like I said earlier, is to just find art in everything. What's cool about art is that you can use your phone, you can take pictures, you can take videos. There's lots of different stuff. The lessons I'll be providing sometimes require art materials and sometimes they don't. You could use household items that you find around you. But again, my goal is to just have you take a couple minutes out of your day to just do some art with your family, with your friends, or just you could FaceTime your friend, do an art lesson together, or just do any of the challenges that I will be posting on my YouTube. But again, thank you so much. Please make sure to like and subscribe my video and share with anybody you feel that would benefit from this. Thank you so much. Have a great day.